Welcome back, everybody, to Stardew Valley here on Fantasy Farm. The spirits are happy. Our bonus... Let's go with greater chance to find coal. And the magic butterfly, again, it has been a while since this has been in effect, but here we are. Finally is such. Still working on those casks, I see. Let's hop outside and check our mail. Hello, sorry, I'm not good at writing letters. I made one metal bar too many. Thought you might need it. I will not say no to that, thank you. Alright, we got some powder melons here. I think I'm going to keep a few more of these on the off chance, and I do mean very slight off chance, that we end up needing them for crafting recipes. We did have to use some recently for the dried powder melons here, which I do need to take over to the raccoons, and I will probably do that today. But first and foremost, I need to find all my tools and stuff, because I know I had to put some of these things away, like so, because of our challenge last time, which we did manage to achieve, which was very good, and I'm hoping today that we'll have similar luck with having some good fortune with the challenge I next need to do. Before we do any of that, however, again, let's get the routine done, and I will meet you guys back here when that is complete. Alright, now that we're back, nothing too fancy here. As you can see, just our usual stuff. Not too terribly much going on. Now that we have a banana and mango tree, I've got those added to the pile inside of the greenhouse. I did pick up quite a few ancient fruit there, so yeah, there's a good chance we'll be switching to ancient fruit wine if starfruit is not an available option. So we'll see how that goes. First and foremost, these are for you. We're still waiting on that crystal fruit jelly. I'm not sure exactly how long that will take, but we'll find out at some point. I probably will not go for Blessing of the Butterfly unless there's just not much else going on. We'll kind of play that by ear, question mark. More importantly, I want to see what's over here, and... no, we've got our usual Biome Balance and Cave Patrol. Well, I'll take Biome Balance again, I guess, since it's pretty easy. Yeah, there's not really that much I want to do. The Squid Derby is coming up here pretty soon. I believe that will start tomorrow in-game. So perhaps we'll do that, but we'll kind of see how that goes, I think. That said, there are a few options. I might head back to the farm and kind of see if there are any particular things that we're low on that we should definitely have in our repertoire. So I think we will go ahead and do that. I'll take this little shortcut back here once again. We'll see if anything just kind of immediately stands out as, oh, hey, we're running low on this. We should grab a little bit more. Alright, let's take a look here, but first I'm going to toss these away. Is there anything in here that stands out? We're actually doing okay on coal now. I do need to get more of these bars smelted, so let's do that. Yeah, we're not doing phenomenal, but okay on coal. So we could definitely just go fishing for the day and do that biome balance and take care of that. In terms of winter forageables, I mean, there's really not much to do there. Winter crops, kind of the same thing. We could go check the island, see how it's doing. The question is, do we want to take the time to do that? I feel like we probably could go ahead and do that, sure. But first, let's get our speed boost here. Yeah, we'll take a quick look at the island and see how things are progressing. There is still the option of trying to go and track down wherever that secret note has gone. Or not the secret note, but the tattered journal. The journal scrap, whatever you want to call it. Still has not shown up, and it is a high luck day. And I don't need that journal scrap for anything. Again, it's just talking about how to combine rings at the forge, which not only we already knew about, we've already done a couple times. But I would like to have that list of things fully completed and taken care of. Oh well. There is one thing I want to do while I'm here besides collecting the crops, though, and I'll show that whenever... well, nah. We'll save it for another day. It's not anything too terribly important, in all honesty. There was a winter end table just buried in a shallow layer of dirt, I guess. Interesting. Well, as we did find that on the island, let's add it here. Seems like a good spot to put it. Yeah, nothing too terribly new here, so I guess we'll just drop all of this stuff off. I guess I can bring the Omni Geode back with me. Is there anything else I really want to bring back with me? Not especially. Like, I could take some of these nodes of iron or whatnot. I'll just take the iron, I think. There's not really anything else here that I'm looking at that I really, like, need to have. Yeah, we'll just toss these in here, and I guess we are heading to the lake. Let's take the back road. Why not? Who knows, maybe we'll run into the butterfly by accident anyway. You brought me a sturgeon. Thank you. Also, we'll get to see one of the other shortcuts that I'm not too terribly invested in, but I guess it could be considered one of the better ones. And that is this right here. This will take you from the bus area, or just to the left of where the bus is, straight up to the back roads. The reason I say that's not super useful... Oh, there it is if you've got the minecarts unlocked, you probably don't need that. But, you know, mileage may vary. Alright. Oh, yes, this is another shortcut right here as well. I've already mentioned these, but I figured I'd physically show it. So yeah, you can go from next to the waterfall to up here. There's also a little spot right there that will take you from just to the right, the other side of this waterfall here. This right here will take you basically up to where the quarry is. I don't find those too terribly useful, and I think probably the biggest strike against most of the shortcuts is simply due to the fact that you can't use them while you are on the horse, so you're kind of just out of luck on that. Which is a bit of a shame, but, like, you know, what are you going to do? You're going to catch a very unwieldy fish, I guess. That's what you're going to do. A smarter person, i.e. not me, would have probably gone more tackles from Willy, but that's okay. We can always do that at another time. And since we've got some sturgeon here, let's go ahead and get these suckers going. Alright. I might cut some of the fishing out, but I'll chat for a little bit here. We're only like 11 minutes into the video, if that, so not too terribly far in. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully you had a good holiday. We're kind of at the weird part of the year, which is the spot between the start of the new year and then everything kind of going back to normal. Oh, I'm not getting that one, that's for sure. It's not quite as weird as, like, between the 25th and the 1st, though. That's always, like, the really weird spot. Especially if you still have to go into work, where it's like, you work in retail or whatever, and it's like, oh, well, this is... You know, all the big shopping has already been done. Most people are kind of just wanting to hang out at home and enjoy the week. I wish it was a full week holiday. I know it can't be, because, you know, banks can't be closed for a week straight or anything like that, but... I'm sure they probably wish that was the case, too. But then inevitably some emergency would come up that somebody needs to be able to resolve, and then they're not able to resolve it for one reason or another. Throat tried to give out there, or something got stuck in it, whatever the case may be. Oh, that's right, I was using the double bait. I forgot about that. Well, the largemouth is worth more. Oops. I did watch a couple interesting challenge runs of this game. They were more like, less the full run and more just talking about it, of maxing out all their skills to level 10 in like less than a month in game, that kind of thing. The farming was particularly hilarious to watch because they had to basically plant like an insane amount of parsnips and just use bombs to blow up the ground to make it tillable, and then keep using rain totems so they didn't have to water the crops. And if you're like, well, how in the heck did they get the rain totems? They got them from Skull Cavern chests, which you can get in Year 1, because you actually don't need the Skull Cavern key that we picked up that was at the bottom of the normal mines. You don't need those during the Desert Festivals, so if you can get the bus operating in Spring 1 before that festival starts, then you do have access to that, and that gives you really good amounts of experience for mining, as well as you can get like 50 experience from the Iridium nodes, 50 from the Calico Egg nodes, so it is very good for that. Definitely took a bit of trial and error, as with the lucky rooms, or the treasure rooms in Skull Cavern, you can get a huge myriad of things. And I think that was probably the thing he had to reset for the most, is like, not from lack of finding them, but just from lack of being able to get what he wanted from the treasure chests. So it was an interesting video to watch. They're fun little challenge ideas. I don't think I would ever personally do one like that. I tend to get my skills built up quickly, as you saw in this project, but that's more for like, oh, well, I want to be able to craft more things. I want the level 5 and 10 bonuses. I want to start working on the big upgrades where you can have the true mastery bonuses where you're getting those really, really nice perks. But it could be a fun little race. I think it would be a lot of fun to do a race of that, of like the first person to get all their skills to level 10 or something like that. Would be a fun challenge. Not with somebody that's like super advanced, but like just the idea of trying to focus your time to being like, okay, now is the opportunity to really make headway into XYZ. Because I feel like most, I wouldn't say brand new players, but newer-ish players would probably get their fishing skill maxed first. Which makes sense. You'd probably come up here and, also out of curiosity, it did say lake fish. Okay, good. Most people would probably come up here in the spring and just keep fishing till they hit level 10, basically. Farming, you gotta wait for the crops to grow. Mining, you can mine the rocks on your farm to get you to probably level 1, maybe level 2. But other than that, mines won't open up until day 5, so you gotta wait on that. You could do the foraging a little bit, but, you know, foraging can only get you so far. Also, yeah, we are out of bait and everything. If that's the case, I'm gonna quickly swing back. I'm actually gonna go this way to show off another shortcut here. Yeah, this plank right here, this was a shortcut. And we'll go grab some more bait. Also, hey, 150 magma sprites, huh? I'm impressed. Tell you what, I'm going to give you Marlin's telephone number. He don't like me giving it out, but I think you've earned it. If you ever need to use the item recovery service but don't want to run all the way out here, just give us a ring. Sound good? That is one of the rewards. And I thought we'd picked up another one, but I guess not. Or maybe we'd already gotten it. But yeah, the Pepper X is the only thing we got left. I don't think you have any really... Yeah, nothing to really write home about here. Buy some explosive ammo for your slingshot, which can be pretty good. But that's not why I came over here. I came over here to grab more bait, so let's go do that. I'm pretty sure I've still got some, and if I don't have some by some miracle, then of course I can just make more. And since I'm here, this will allow me to drop off some things. Put that in there. Anything else? These. Since we're here, we might as well, right? There's no reason not to. The mystery boxes. Where is my bait? There it is. I don't really think I have any fishing tackles I want to add. Yeah, not really. I'd rather hang on to those for a later date. So since that's the case, I think I will. I'll put up some stuff in here that I won't need. Get a little bit more space. So the mystery box is on their way, and now we'll go back and continue our fishing saga a little bit more. This time I'd actually cut, since we're decently late into the day now. Oops. Since we're decently late into the day now and there's really not that much more to show, it's just going to be me fishing, so really the most exciting thing will be seeing if I manage to catch the 20 fish necessary, which, yeah, there's a pretty good chance of that with high-quality bait. Came here to see me? Yeah. I didn't actually come here to see him. But it's fine. Alright, with that, I will see you all at the end of the day, and we'll see how we did for our profits. And I feel like that is a pretty good returning point for y'all, / stopping point for me for the day in terms of our fishing. This is what we're looking at. I kind of put everything I was planning on selling into this little square right here. So I'll move this down here as well. Obviously keeping these things that we'll ultimately keep, or, you know, we'll throw in a geode crusher, and then, of course, our fish up here. I do want to keep a couple of the fish that I've got here, probably namely the perch and the lingcod, just because I think some of those are a little bit harder to come by, and I want to make sure that I've got those for any potential recipes that need to be done. So first and foremost, before I do anything else, I'm going to make sure I've got at least a few of these in the treasure chest. Ooh, there's the crystal fruit jelly, so I'll be able to give that to the raccoons at some point. I'm going to toss what I know I'm not planning on keeping in there first. So do all that. Geode, trash. These can go in there. Fishing. Alright. I've got one regular quality perch. I'll take that out and swap it with the 2. Lingcod, I'll just add 2 to that to have 3. The bullhead, I'm just going to swap out 2 and put 2 in so they stack. And the chub, we've only got 1 of those, so let's make sure we have 2. And then we will sell the rest of that. I'll keep this, I suppose. Mystery boxes can go away. I am watching the timer, don't worry. And we're safely inside. Alright, so that means with tomorrow, we'll be able to get the raccoons sorted out. I also did finish Biome Balance. I was going to show myself collecting that reward, but I forgot to collect the reward, so you'll be able to see that right now, thankfully. So first and foremost, let's take a look here. Spirits of Good Humor, I think you'll have a little extra luck. Queen of Sauce rerun. We've not actually learned how to do that one. It's just a rerun on the TV show. Crab cakes. Crab meat is very flimsy on its own, but mixing it with breadcrumbs and egg is a great way to give it some body. That's why these cakes are my favorite way to eat crab. But before you go cracking the shells, stay tuned for my essential seasoning mixture. Blech. Enunciation. It is a thing. Got a speed boost. Also, yes, let's collect that reward. And there we go. We have our first fully matured wine, strawberry wine. 1,008 gold, because again, it's strawberry, not starfruit. I'm going to go ahead and sell that. I don't really... Well, you know what? I could hang on to it for the display case. So I will go ahead and leave it in there. I'm not going to swap out anything for it, though, because like I said, I do want all those to be synced up at some point. So it's way easier to keep track of exactly what's going on there. Let's grab a few things, move them around, and check out our mail. Had some extra wood lying around. Ooh, thank you. I will gladly take that. First and foremost here, let's go ahead and get our routine done, as there are a few things on the farm we still need to do. And then once we're done with that, we'll check in and see what we need to do besides getting the raccoons that crystal fruit jelly. So, I will see you guys momentarily. I'm actually going to cut back in here real quick just to show off the ancient fruit totals here. As you can see, like, we've got plenty of these, so this is why I'm considering, just so you're aware of, oh, we might switch to ancient fruit wine. I would stick with, obviously, the lower quality ones first, but I would also like to have all the kegs going at any given time. So if that were the case, I would obviously start with the lowest ones, and then if I have to use additional ones to get that number to be higher, then I will, of course, do that. Alright, our last thing we need to do is get these going. Let's crack this geode open. And now, this is everything I'm going to sell minus this mystic syrup. So it is our usual stuff. You know how it goes. The mushrooms, the dried fruits, the cheese, the mayo, the cloth. Hang on to that for a rainy day. We've gotten quite a few of those now, 14. You could definitely use more. They're very handy items to have, but for now, that is a good start considering we've only have 3 of those trees. Alright, as for you, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so this should be number 6 for you. And we get a Star Drop Tea. Okay, that's more useful than the Book of Stars that we got last time. We're doing great. Excellent. I do believe in order to get the actual achievement for helping the raccoon family, yep, the good neighbors, help your forest family. Yeah, let's try that again. Help your forest neighbors grow their family. I do believe they'll have 7 raccoons by the end of it, so there should be one more quest whenever they deem it fit to hand that over to us. For now, we'll just go ahead and put that Star Drop Tea away. And that'll give us 5. And I thought a little bit about what I want to do today. I think the big thing is I am planning on going to the island and working there in the volcano dungeon. Not specifically, in part, but not specifically because of getting that final piece of the journal scrap. But also, we do need to work on getting dragon teeth for whenever I do finally buy the obelisk, because the obelisk requires 10 of those, and we don't have 10. I think we have 7 or 8, but I know we don't have 10. So I do want to get that taken care of, so I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing today. So, with that said, there's one other thing I want to do, though. And that is, as it is Sebastian's birthday today, the 10th of winter, I do want to bring him a birthday gift. I know we don't need to do this at any point, but, you know, if you're dating somebody, you kind of don't want to forget their birthday unless they're actively one of those people that don't like their birthday. I have dated somebody like that before. And so you just treat it like any other day. But as far as I know with Sebastian, that's not the case. Hey, don't let me stop you from getting your work done. If you aren't busy, I don't mind if you stick around. Well, actually, I came to give you this. Oh, really? I wasn't expecting this. It looks great, though. Thank you. You're welcome. Alright, off to the island. I guess we could technically go and do the mystery boxes and stuff. Oh, Leo wasn't happy about having to walk through that crystal fruit there. We could technically go do that, but, like, we're not really pulling for anything in there in particular, so it's not too terribly big of a deal. Though I might actually go back and do it specifically just to try to get some bombs or something like that. Oh, speaking of which, never mind. I guess I won't do that. Very quick turnaround, but yeah, I totally forgot there was bombs in that reward. I thought it was one more before we got that, but nope, that was it right there. And Willie, while I've got you here, I'm gonna grab a couple of these. No, I don't have my fishing rod on me, but that's okay. And it's also okay that you smell like fish. Again, you're a fisherman. You're kind of supposed to do that. One thing I wanted to do, the beach resort is temporarily closed. Open it back up tomorrow. Yes. I want this to be open. I've kept this closed for a long, long time. And the primary reason for doing it was just so I could get to villagers and gift them things because we were still at that process. But now that everybody's got max friendship with us, I don't really feel that push as much. So I feel like it's more than worth their time to be able to take some time off and just enjoy the summer sun where they would otherwise be stuck in a very cold climate right now. So if winter is not their thing, and as somebody who winter is not their thing, I can sympathize. This will give them sort of an out to go take a nice little well-earned vacation. So they should enjoy it. They should get some time to hang out and get to see the island, because we haven't really let them do that yet, so let's give them that opportunity. Alright, so again, our big goals that what we're looking for here is primarily looking for the secret note and also dragon teeth. I'm not really saying one above the other right now. Both would be great. Either would be great. I probably will grab cinder shards where I see them, as well as just other forageables that I can pick up, because, you know, why not? But those are the big things I'm going for. There we go. This is a very small room here. Usually they're at least a little bit larger than that. It was very strange looking. It's weird to think that this video is going up in the dead of winter, and also that in the actual video itself it's winter, but over here I have gotten a very big jump on videos, which I do think in this case is a good thing. But yeah, I could hear a kid outside just now because they are on their very last days of summer break. It is currently Monday, and most people are starting up on Thursday, I believe. Teachers have already started, so they've, you know, got the time to get the rooms set up and get ready and all that, but the kids have not gone back to school yet, so this is their last hurrah before freedom, as the adults say, freedom. Unless you're a teacher, in which it's, you know, the opposite of that. Just gonna use you to blow up this rock. Go, some mega bombs, very nice. And a look on the dragon teeth, yeah, and I'm gonna do my best to kind of poke around in each of the rooms and make sure I don't just walk by something. In terms of just finding them on the ground, though, typically you are going to be looking for, please give me that, thank you. You are typically going to be looking for the rest of the remains of the dragon. Yep, come on down. There we go. Real need to fight the enemies? Yeah, here we go. Thank you. I'm sure those are going to have other uses besides just the obelisk, but those are the big ones that I want them for right now. Not really seeing anything over here. Maybe I can get a secret note? Nope, not yet. I guess it is also worth noting I probably do need to pick up more stone, since we used a ton on that Mr. Keys challenge, but it was definitely worth it as well. We're full in inventory. Anything I can sell you that I don't really care about? There we go, that'll work. So other than finding the dragon tooth the way that I did a second ago, the other one is those guys, as you've seen in the lava before, do also have the chance to drop them, so that is another option for you. I'm starting to wonder with that secret note, if it did actually end up in the lava pit somewhere, there might be a way in the game files to tell it, hey, like, could you recheck all the secret notes? Because I actually haven't collected one and it has not been showing up. Come on. Alright. Let's heal up a little bit here. Since I guess we're not interested all of a sudden. Yeah. There we go. Ooh, geode node. Omni geode node specifically. I don't get to see those very often. I don't know why this character... I think it's the face on that, like, exploding enemy. It's always looked like an enemy from Earthbound to me. Let's have a look over to the left, just to be absolutely sure we're not missing anything here. Nah, I don't think we are. Alright, let's get out of this particular floor. Bye! Yeah, we'll probably just make our way to the top at this point, and I'll be a little bit faster, because I go back down to floor 9 if need be, but I also don't want to be stuck on, like, this floor, for example, when time runs out for the day. Nothing over there. Alright. Don't expect to find too terribly many dragon teeth in a single day. I mean, we've been here many, many times, and the fact that we have not gotten 10 kind of goes to show you, like, 1 a day is pretty good, all things considered, for just kind of a casual, hey, let's mosey on through here and see what we can't find. Come on. There we go. Anything over here? Not anything too terribly important to write home about. We're doing quite well in the cinder shards, which is good. And let's eat one of those just to be sure we're safe. And on to the, well, sort of final floor, since 10 won't have any enemies or dragon teeth or anything like that. I don't know if you can get them from the chests. Not these things, but the actual, like, chests you open proper. Oh, hey, there's a warp totem. Nice. Okay, that'll make my job a little bit easier. Let's get rid of that. No, I don't think so. We're not going to be dealing with that. There's some stuff there. Sure. Ooh, a lot of stuff there. Okay, Also, there's a parrot egg. That's a level 2, though, so it's not as good as what we've got. We'll get rid of the ginger. If I have to get rid of anything else, it'll probably be the non-important gemstones. I.e. amethyst, aquamarine, that kind of thing. Oh, those are traps. That's what that was. Oh, there is a treasure chest over there. Well, I do want to get that. Oh, there's some stuff here, too. Tiger hat makes you look like a beautiful tiger. That's nice. That was just an excuse to pick up a little bit of extra money. Those are not easy to dodge. Oh, well. It's probably fine. Some hardwood. I'll just toss that for a little bit extra money. The Dragon Tooth Club. This club was crafted for my magical Dragon Tooth. 80 to 100 damage. That is stronger than what we have. I might actually hang on to that. I'm assuming because it's a club, it's a hammer, though, so, you know, it's a little bit slower. What am I giving up for this? I guess the aquamarine. Yeah, I am curious about this, admittedly. I'm going to assume this is a hammer, though. Yeah. So, it is slower than the sword. And I do like the speed of the sword, personally. I think the right click for it is better, for what little that's worth, for the hammer. So it would appear not much luck, but we did find a dragon tooth, so that is something. And we'll just keep poking around. I am curious to see how many I've got now, which this is going to be either number 8 or number 9. And as far as I remember, I don't think you can trade for these. You can trade the dragon teeth, but I don't think you can trade to get them. But we'll find out real quick. I'll see if there's anything we can trade for those. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, you can trade it for banana saplings. Anything else here? Tropical TV for 30 TR root. I could probably buy that at some point and throw it into the island house so that if I am sleeping there, then I can quickly check the weather and recipes. So I'll do that at some point. I do have the stuff to be able to add more rows here, so let's do that. Other way. There we go. Alright. Anything I want to keep here? Yes, there are going to be some things I want to keep here. The Cinder Shards. That is number 8 for the Dragon Tooth. Anything else to keep here? I don't really see anything. I guess the Magma Caps. I'm going to take these other two and put them in here, though. As for everything else I'm selling, gemstones. Don't need the Mummified Bat for anything. And not really that much to sell. At some point I am going to sell those extra trinkets, though, because you can only have one at any given time. So I don't really have need for multiple of them, you know? But for the rest of this, for the time being, we'll put all this away. I'm going to quickly grab my fishing rod, so I can put these on there. Nope, you can put it away. There you go. Work totem. That goes in here. We're just kind of putting them wherever so we can get inside on time. It's the winter. It's not that big a deal. So yeah, we might do that. We might do some dragon teeth hunting in the meanwhile. And will mean we don't make a lot of finance profit on those days, but also just having me fish every single day would get kind of boring, so I might like kind of alternate that of every other day we'll do something like that, but I do want to keep a little bit of focus on having other things go on. So I think that is what I will do, and I'll double check exactly and figure out precisely what we need for the island obelisk, because all I remember is the dragon teeth and the 1,000,000 gold. We will still need to work on that gold, though, so that will also be part of the reason to work on increasing profits. In the next episode, we will do all of that. I might also start making a few more cheese machines and mayo machines, because we are getting more milk and eggs than we're putting in those machines, so we can make a little bit more money that way as well. Until then, thank you all for watching. This has been pitmarthroy on Stardew Valley, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.